As someone who worked, I think that as a working woman, we were expected to do more things that weren't work related on the job than men. I think part of it comes from how women entered the workplace. So, say in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and definitely during the 60s and 70s, where women, because we weren't expected to be able to work with men at the same level, took on more responsibility than a man would. They didn't talk about their families or their children. They took on extra work to prove that they were equal to the men they worked with. By the time my generation came along, so I started working in the 90s forward, we wanted to have more of the free time we needed so that after work we could go out. We could spend the weekends doing something. So our expectation wasn't to keep our private lives completely private. We wanted to incorporate it into our work because we wanted to be able to say, listen, I have an event or I have something to do this weekend or after work I have plans. So for us, it was hard, but it it meant so for us, it was important for us to talk about what we had to do outside of work because we wanted the time off. So what I'm saying is that previously they didn't have as much time off. They were picking up other things in addition to their normal work schedule and in addition to the normal job description. My generation, we didn't want to do that. The current generation seems like they don't want to do any of that, which I think is right. Meaning it's more than just about being able to have your private life, but it's also being able to say on the job, my private life is making such and such and such an issue. Could I have some sort of um ability to have the time off for that? So I'm saying that from the time when I was working in the 90s to the present, there are more responsibilities on females in the workplace that need to be reflected in our schedules and in our job descriptions. The other point about that is that I think that there's a difference in what we as women are asked to do versus what men are asked to do. A man would never be asked to do any work on a job where they aren't given pay for, where they aren't paid to do. Whereas a woman, and I know from my experience, we're expected to, oh, you have a new coworker here. You should help train that person. Oh, this an event coming up. Could you stay extra and help with this? Could you help with that? Meaning those aren't things within the job. And I would like, if you guys know, are men asked to do the same thing? And especially from a male point of view, would you do those things? So, first of all, I don't think men are asked to do those things. And I don't think a man would do those things. The idea to me is that once women went into the workplace, it was expected that we would do more things because that's what a woman does. A woman does more stuff just because we are women. And I think that that's part of what's causing the change from how it started when women were first entering into the workforce to the present. Thank you for watching.